Welcome back to the Cardinals post-game show. Cardinals lose their preseason finale 26-23 to the Titans. But come on, we know the score doesn't matter at this point. It's all about getting ready for the regular season. Week 1, the Chiefs roll into town out there at State Farm Stadium. But first, let's put a bow on this game. Let's finish it up. Head coach Cliff Kingsbury on the podium just moments ago.
It was, yeah, I think pretty much. Shard had something with a pec possibly, so we'll have to see how he did. But other than that, it seemed like it was a pretty clean game injury-wise.
You talked so many times about Andy and Greg Lynch. They just seem to have another nice day. Now that we've gotten to the end of this, did they change your perception of them from the beginning of camp to the end, or is this just what you were kind of expecting?
Yeah, I'd say I've always had a tremendous amount of respect for both those guys and how they play the game, how they worked. But I thought that they attacked this camp. I mean, they didn't take a day off. They didn't take a rep off, both of them, every day, full speed. I mean, you see the results when they're going against other competition, and can't say enough good things about how they played this camp.
Do you have a lot of discussions that still have to take place?
We do, yeah. Over the next 24, 48 hours, we'll have a bunch of discussions. There's some deep rooms. We're going to have to make some tough decisions, and we'll see how it all plays out.
Where's Colt McCoy in terms of, I noticed he was dressed for warm-ups and he's throwing a little bit more. Are you comfortable with him going into the season?
I am. We hope to get him out there somewhat next week in a limited manner, and then by game week, I expect him to be full go.
Coach, thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
Short and sweet from Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury. Let's get some more post-game reaction right here on the Cardinals post-game show. One unit that won the week, really won the day against the Titans. That defense led by safety Buda Baker, Danny Sarek outside the Cardinals locker room with Buda.
It is officially time to focus on the regular season. As it stands right now, what are the strengths of this defense?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of strength. Defensive line has been doing really good for us, linebackers and DBs. Of course, being a DB, I'm always going to say DB's a strength. But I'm just so excited to get out there on the field with the ones and, just to play football again.
You have 2 weeks to get ready for that home opener against the Kansas City Chiefs. What is this defense going to be focusing on in that time?
Yeah, we're going to get the game plan down from VJ and the coaching staff, and we're just going to try to do the game plan as best of our ability, and like I always like to say, we're going to take it one day at a time, get the game plan down, understand what we're going to do, understand our job, and then play football from there.
In tonight's game against the Tennessee Titans, safety James Wiggins had a pretty massive hit. He decleated the Titans receiver on that hit. You are known as a heavy hitter on this team. How do you rate that hit?
Yeah, I rate that 10 out of 10 right there, and he kept it, fourth down. So, they had a fourth down conversion, but he got it to fourth down, and a good hustle play by Wig.
Isaiah Simmons has now been dubbed as a star backer, not playing as much linebacker like last year, working a lot more with the safeties. When I got a chance to talk with him during the game and I asked how you and Jalen Thompson have helped him understand the defense and feel more comfortable in his new role, he said the two of you get him going. How invaluable is his unique skill set to this defense as a whole and his ability to play everywhere on the field?
Yeah. Exactly. The versatility he has, it's going to be very hard for offenses to game plan this because he's at so many different positions. And like you said, he's with the DB group. And, we always try to get him as fired up as possible. And we're very excited for a guy like Isaiah who can do multiple things. And, you guys will see this coming 2 Sundays from now.
This week in Nashville, what was the most fun thing you did exploring the city?
Yeah, I kind of went to, what was that street called? Broadway? Yeah, that was very crazy. Not really much my scene, but, had a good time hanging out with some of the guys.
Not a big country music fan?
Yeah, I like all music, but, hey, they call this a music city for a reason. Yeah.
They sure do. Thanks for the time, Buda. Cam?
Thanks a lot, Danny. Yeah, Broadway Street is a lot of fun. Coming up next on the Cardinals post-game show, we'll head back inside the locker room. Have more right your way. Welcome back to the Cardinals post-game show right here live on the field in Nashville. I'm Cameron Cox. It's been a very weird training camp for Kyler Murray. Hasn't had a lot of time on the field, especially with that first-team offense. But on the most important day of camp, that one joint practice with the Tennessee Titans, Murray was out there moving the offense down the field. And tonight he got a chance to talk about that one-on-one with our Danny Surek during tonight's game.
Kyler, training camp has come and gone. A couple minutes left in the preseason. How do you evaluate the overall readiness of this offense?
I feel like coming in this week, for me personally, having COVID throughout camp, dealing with the injury, I think this week was probably like, for me, the first week where I felt like, we could actually get into a groove. I've been out there with the guys and be able to actually compete and make plays. So, this week I really got us ready, I feel like, for the season.
Since the starters are not getting any preseason game snaps, Wednesday's joint practice with the Titans allowed those starters to get those reps against another team's starters. What did you take away from that practice? I
felt good about what we did. I liked how we looked at it as a unit, offensively and defensively. It was an opportunity for us to go on the road, kind of feel different, different environment, practice with a different team. And like I said, I liked how we looked. I thought it was a good one day against the Titans, but like I said, I felt good.
Kyler, you have a pick-your-poison situation with the plethora of receivers you have. How explosive can that passing game truly be?
The potential is through the roof, but it's easy to talk about and easy to say, but it's on us to execute. My job to deliver the ball around. We got a lot of guys, a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of guys with respective. They got egos and stuff like that, but it is what it is. It's a great problem to have. Most loaded receiving group I've ever been a part of, so I'm excited, along with the running backs.
Appreciate the time, Kyler.
Thanks a lot, guys. Oh, this is one of my favorite plays of the evening. James Wiggins, the interception right there, the one turnover today for the Cardinals. We'll have much more from here in Nashville coming up next on the Cardinals postgame show.
I can see things clearer now. You know who's the true me.
Just be consistent in your approach. I think when you see how these pros operate day in, day out, they want a consistent message. They want a consistent plan.
Touchdown. I told you.
Win or lose, they want to see you be the same guy each and every day. I want to try to maximize each and every person on our team. I think that's the true job of a coach, is how can you make sure this player is in the best situation he can be the best version of himself.
They can't cover you. They have no chance, right? Keep working it.
It's not always easy to do. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you make mistakes. But I think every coach has a responsibility to try and maximize that person in their room. I think I just try to be true to myself, and the guys respect that. They know if I do jump them or have a moment where I am really intense, they know it's for a reason, and I think it gets the message across. But luckily we have a great room of leaders, grown men, that handle a bunch of that policing in the locker room, and it allows me to be myself and make sure we have great plans and can go out there and try and execute. I want to continue to improve. That's what we've done each and every year. Last year, we had some moments where I felt like we were as good as anybody in the league, but each year we've gotten dramatically better, and I expect the same this year.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury, the latest feature in Cardinals Fight Plan presented by SeatGeek. Of course, that's going to drop next weekend on the Cardinals YouTube channel. Danny Surek here with me now to put an end to this whole thing. Danny, the Cardinals preseason is over. Your biggest takeaway was what?
I think you have to be excited about what you saw from those players stepping up, especially as of late when you're looking at the offense at two position groups that are pretty stacked for the moment, and you're trying to figure out what players are going to end up in those final spots. Looking at the wide receivers group and the running backs group, of course, DeAndre Hopkins missing the first 6 games opens up a spot for another player to end up there. And people like Greg Dortch, Andre Pacelli, Andy Isabella have really stood out, not only at training camp, but also in the preseason games. And then you also have to look at the running backs room. 5 running backs at the moment. However, you have to like what you saw from rookie Keontae Ingram and Eno Benjamin, especially in tonight's game.
Yeah, you can't keep everybody on the team in that running back room, Danny, but I think Andy Isabella, Greg Dortch, they have made excellent cases to be on this team moving forward. That'll do it for us here from Nashville. We've spent the week here. It is time to come on home. Bring on the Chiefs here in 2 weeks. Cannot wait. Should be a lot of fun. How will that offense respond after not getting any reps? Those starters, we'll find out. Thank you for joining me on the Cardinals postgame show. I'm Cameron Cox. Good night.